Welcome to the Sykes & Company PA video blog featuring Olin Sykes. Welcome back from NCPA, Olin.
Thank you, Rachel.
I heard that you're seeing a potential rise in organic pharmacies there. Talk a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, what we're beginning to see more and more, because the baby boomers are holding on to their pharmacies longer and longer, is the entrepreneurial pharmacists that are in, let's say, their 30s, 40s, that have been working for the big box stores, are wanting to have stores of their own. So there's more and more interest than ever before that I've seen in the last 6 months to a year with those that are willing to just go out on their own and start a brand new startup pharmacy at a particular location that they find that they think is a great candidate. And more and more lenders that have niche markets in the pharmacy arena are putting credence to this, and in some cases financing these operations. So we're seeing a lot more of that. I know the NCPA is certainly backing these opportunities, backing the opportunities with all types of resources they have, both at the NCPA Ownership Workshop as well as other courses that they have at the convention and other resources they have, like they have an OTC specialist with Gabe Trahan. But there's just a lot of resources that are out there today that can help these organically grown startup pharmacies, and we're seeing much more of that than we were seeing 2 or 3 years ago. And again, it's because the baby boomers are not selling those existing stores as quickly as they some of these folks thought, and they're just holding on to them, draining the cash out of them for a few more years. So, but I think in the next 5 or 6 years, you're going to begin to see a trend again, in addition to the startups, for more and more acquisitions or asset sales or common stock sales from the existing folks as they begin to age out. So, but we are seeing a lot of that today.
What's the biggest mistake or mistakes that you see people make when they start to approach the idea of doing it organically?
Not preparing themselves for the amount of financial resources they will need to have, period. That's a $400,000 to $500,000 amount. Let me repeat. That's a $400,000 to $500,000 amount they need to be prepared for with respect to the pharmacy itself, the inventory, the working capital, the fixed assets they're going to need, without taking into consideration land and building. If they don't have that in place, they're making a serious mistake, whether it's debt capital or equity capital or a combination of two. They need to have that minimum amount put in place in order to do that and do it successfully.
And what is maybe one of the smartest things you're seeing people do who are looking at starting pharmacies organically?
Well, they're starting to do their homework early on, 6 months to a year out, preferably even a year out. They're making sure they get the right location. They're getting a location that can have multiple drive-up windows. Yes, multiple windows. They're making sure they've got good relationship with prescribers. Just seeing an opportunity in your hometown because you have a relationship and you grew up there isn't necessarily the single most important factor. It is obviously important, but there are many other factors that come into play there, and that location and accessibility is critical. And you do not need all this front end space for OTC, so you don't need a lot of square footage to do a pharmacy or to have drive-up windows. Again, I know of a pharmacy that's 600 square feet that has two drive-up windows at 600 square feet and no out front. It does $6 million in volume. So you don't need all the square footage, which typically is expensive square footage. You got to be very cognizant of the fact of how much you're paying for your lease and rental rates.
Thank you for joining us today. If you want more information or have any questions, please feel free to contact Olin directly.